EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Play action. It's Jackson. It's caught by Aguilar. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Throwing is Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Henry. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Omar, ready? You at X. You at X. Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Right already. Right shot. Shut up.
Here's Jackson to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it with Henry. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The big back Derrick Henry held out of the end zone. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. In motion, Hill.
Hey, 21 TA.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. In motion, the tight end.
20 TX.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. In motion, Hill. Tua sets up to pass it. On the move to his left. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
This is intercepted.
And the Ravens force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
20! And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Here's Jackson.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway?
Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
In motion goes the tight end.
They'll run for it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. touchdown. Derrick Henry. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. But couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Again, it's Achane.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 41. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's a toss left for Achane.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
They'll give this to Achane.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Tua. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
In motion, Hill. Here's Mostert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Rolling to his right. This will be caught at about the 6. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Tua. They'll try and run it with Achane.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Devon Achane.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That ties the game at 7. Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Jackson. Connecting with Aguilar.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Jackson. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's Tua running left. Achane.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Throwing Tua on 3rd down. Here comes Mostert.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
They're right here.
Now Tua.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Final minute. 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash.
from beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Here we go, set.
On the counter, here's Jones. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Faking the give, Darnold. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here is third down and 4.
Turbo 1, high. Turbo 1, high.
A yard on the play. Brings up third and 4.
On play action, here's Tua. Out to his left. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Off a play action, Tagovailoa firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out.
Here's Tua. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards that time.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Right.
On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 33, here's a second down and 6.
Ready.
Achane here. They stay on the ground. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
A give left side. Here's Achane.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
2nd and 10.
Tua going to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Solo left Zion.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Touchdown, Dolphins! Braxton Berrios, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Darnold. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Here's Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Back to throw, Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. A final shot before the break. Darnold.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game, and I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even? They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
The point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.